Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors, America's only daily outdoor TV show. Your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. I'm glad you're here this morning. Got a big show lined up, a special guest here. But first, as always, let's take a look at our weather brought to us by Gulf Coast Air Conditioning, Group Pollard and hard-working crew. Taking care of everyday comfort needs and warming up a little bit. How about a high today of 90 and a low of, but the low is what's interesting, the low is 68. So a little coolness in the mornings and the evenings there. Our water temperature brought to us by my Rancho Copy Area Paints Company, and it's gone down, folks. It's down to 83.7. That's the lowest it's been in a good while. And I was talking about that scalloping last week, how you can feel a little bit of water temperature going down. So that's interesting. River readings brought to us by the good folks at Panama City Coca-Cola. River's getting low now. The big river, the Apalachicola Bluntstown, how about a 3.3 and a steady drop. But take a look at the Choctawhatchee at Caryville. How about a 1.2? That's really low on the Choctawhatchee. Be careful looking out for those snags and stumps, especially this weekend. So be aware of that. Tide chart brought to us by Kent Forest Lawn. Good tide today. High right before midnight last night. It's going to be low this morning at 8:09. So that's a good strong tide. Our wind, how about it northeast some more? Northeast, but it's only 5 to 10. I'm going to take a break, come back with our special guest.
Explore the retail paradise that has everything for your outdoor adventure. Blue Water Outriggers in Port St. Joe. Make your outdoor journey complete at Blue Water Outriggers. Come visit us today.
Northwest Florida is a great place to live.
The attorneys at Manuel & Thompson are part of this community and have been for over 35 years.
We live, work, and play here. We worship here, we pay taxes here, and raise our families here.
When someone in our community gets injured, they deserve to have their claim handled by someone who cares.
Someone who specializes in serious injury cases and has a solid reputation.
Manuel & Thompson, helping injured people. That's what we do.
Empire Real Estate of Florida, making your real estate dreams a reality throughout the Panhandle and more. If you're considering buying or selling real estate, please call 850-247-8868. Kramer Marine and Outdoor is your trusted source for all your outboard boat and motor needs. We carry the largest selection of outboard motors, parts, and accessories in the area, and our master certified factory trained technicians are here to keep you out on the water.
Okay, welcome back, folks, and always welcome to Chris Bowley at FWC. Good to see you, buddy.
Good to be here.
We've been talking before the show, all kind of great, really good stuff going on with FWC. We're sort of in between changing and all kinds of stuff. You got a page full, so I'm going to let you get started, Chris.
All right. Well, good morning, everybody. And
but before we get started, he won't be on next month because he's getting married now. Next month he'll be on honeymoon. So
that's true.
Congratulations, and
Thank you.
We'll see you months after. But
yeah,
go ahead.
Next month we'll get Travis or somebody in here. I'll be, enjoying my honeymoon.
All right, buddy.
But taking a nice vacation. So anyway, first I want to say thank you all for this last holiday weekend we had. Thank you for being safe. There wasn't, any bad boating accidents or anything. We love to see that. A couple medical emergencies at the island, but unrelated to fish and game. I think people were just having a little bit too good of a time. So thank you for that. We always love when we come out of holiday weekends relatively unscathed. We want to see boating accidents go steadily down, not up as they have been. Here at the end of this week, Red Snapper and Gag Grouper both, the 14th is the final day, so that's this upcoming Sunday. Gag Grouper will be closing, and then Snapper will be closing, but then reopening on those weekends up until Christmas, like we talked about. So make sure you check those dates. I know I've said it before, but there are some extra days here and there. Veterans Day, around Thanksgiving. There's some extra days in Christmas and New Year as well. So just make sure. I know we've been used to being able to catch snapper all the time, and now it's open Monday through Friday for this last week. But make sure you really check those dates, because we don't want you getting hemmed up just because it has been a historically large snapper season. But we want you to enjoy it, but also make sure you're not fishing on any of those days you're not allowed to, because they do. There's some variance there. Also, before we're on here again, I guess before Travis comes back, there are going to be some openings. We're getting into the cycle of hunting season, which is awesome. I know everyone's excited for it. So dove season kicks off September 27th, so towards the end of the month, and that'll close again in October. So make sure that if you do have any dove fields or anything, make sure you're not baiting them. Make sure germination is started on any seeds you have, because you don't want to get in trouble for something like that. As well as, if you're going on your buddy's dove field or someone, a friend of a friend, make sure that you check that field before you start hunting over it, because if you're hunting on it, even if it's not your field, you are still hunting over bait. And make sure that you're following all the guidelines for making sure your gun's plugged, all the different rules. Make sure you have the proper hunting licenses, as well as early teal and wood duck for duck hunting starts September 20th. So make sure that you get your federal duck stamp, you're squared away on licenses. Migratory bird hunting is probably the most regulated hunting that we have here in the state, as far as all the different rules and licenses that you need. And like all resource violations, everyone is a criminal violation. So make sure that you do your research if you're new to duck hunting, or it's time to do it again this year. Make sure that you're up to date on all your licenses, your federal duck stamp. I know now they actually have a e-stamp, so you don't have to wait in the mail. You can have the electronic stamp on your phone. So pull all that up, screenshot it, have it ready to go. I always try to recommend hunting and fishing licenses. Pull them up and screenshot it, because where we like to hunt and fish, we usually don't have good cell service. So and you have to have all that stuff ready to show if an FWC officer asks for it on demand. So make sure you have all of that. But yeah, it's an exciting time. Some things are closing, but now some things are starting to open. So it's a fun time. I'm going to try to get out there and duck hunt this year.
So electronic duck stamp. Who would have ever thought about that?
Times are changing, right?
Wow.
Also, too, I'm sure y'all have heard, but scallops. Scallops closed in St. Joe Bay. It's a precautionary closure, because due to the detection of a toxic producing algae. And I'm not going to try to say these algae, because I know I will butcher them and not say them correctly. But it's a precautionary closure. The area where it's closed is from the, let's see here, the Mexico Beach Canal, which is here in Bay County, all the way to the westernmost point of St. Vincent Island, which is actually in Franklin County, and that includes St. Joe Bay. So you can still fish and swim and all those things, but scalloping is closed because of that toxic algae. Like I said, it's a precautionary closure, and more than likely, they have said that it will potentially be open to reopening.
It can be, and I talked to the regional director last night. We were trying to find out from our biologists exactly why it's such a bountiful year, and also how unusual this is, but it is. And somebody asked me how often they test it. He was telling me they test every couple of days. So it may be open again or it may not. So it's just, but it is a good move, and we're totally in agreement with what they're doing as a precaution, especially nowadays. So we understand that. So but it's been a bountiful year, and it's been a wonderful year. So I do understand that. I was talking to, we're going to try to find the scallop biologists in Florida if we can find one, but and talk about them. But that's good.
Yeah, and it's, I understand the frustration, but like all of our regulations, we have to adapt, and it's to make sure that we have them next year, and that y'all can go out there and enjoy and have fun.
Yeah. And that it's a good thing to just be aware of that too. And it's still got a couple more weeks left, so it may reopen. In fact, I talked to some folks yesterday that had already planned on, they made a reservation way back to go to Presnell's. But you know what? They said, we're fine, we're going fishing. And the fishing is great down there, so if you can't scallop, you can fish. And I talked to a guy yesterday who caught some nice fish last weekend, because he planned on going. He already has camper there, so. Anyway, let's take a quick break. We'll come right back with Chris.
Let's take back this yard!
Hold on, soldiers. There's an easier way to deal with mosquitoes and ticks. Wayne's Pest Control offers modern solutions that are safe and effective, so you don't have to battle them alone. It's best to just call Wayne's Pest Control.
Hey y'all, C&G offers the best there is in both service and brand. Whether it be a Browning X-Bolt or Browning BAR, we strive to provide the best there is to our community. Remember that we have all your shooting accessories like AR-500 plates, plinking targets, eyes, ears, ammo, and much more for warmer outdoor activities. Serving our community since 1950, C&G Sporting Goods, located at 137 Harrison Avenue in historic downtown Panama City.
Rough and Tough Dog Food from Harold Millen Company. In business over 75 years, they offer top quality and nutritionally balanced food for all your animals. Your chickens will love HMC feeds, as well as your cattle and pigs. Time proven, rough and tough for your dog. Want them healthy? Rough and tough. Want them happy? Rough and tough. Only the best from Harold Millen Company.
Let's take back this yard!
Hold on, soldiers. There's an easier way to deal with mosquitoes and ticks. Wayne's Pest Control offers modern solutions that are safe and effective, so you don't have to battle them alone. It's best to just call Wayne's Pest Control.
Okay, welcome back. Here, Officer Chris Bowley with Fish and Wildlife Commission, originally from Tallahassee, and got a good background in outdoors, and was always glad to have him. And getting ready to get married and working hard. Y'all busting some cases and all. But anyway, let's continue, Chris.
Well, one of the things that we've been seeing here on the beach is we get a lot of calls for service on the beach for sea turtle nesting. And I wanted to mention that it still is sea turtle nesting season. It runs through the end of October-ish. But please, if you are going to be out there and you see those nests, a lot of times, you'll see them marked and they'll have posts around them, kind of temporary fencing. I know it's a great opportunity for a photo op, and most people, especially visitors to our state, or if you're local and have never seen them hatch and all that, people want to go and take photos. But please stay 50 feet or more away from them. You don't want to disturb them. If you're going to be walking the beach at night, try to limit your use of flashlights or lights on your cell phones if you know you're close to one of those sea turtle nesting sites, because unfortunately we do get a lot of calls about these sites being damaged or having human interference with them. Now most of the time it's not locals, it's people from out of town that have never seen this before and they're curious. But if you do see one that's maybe not marked, or if you happen to see anybody messing with them, please call us and let us know, because we want these sea turtles to hatch and go on and be good. I just wanted to mention that because we have been getting some calls about that recently, especially on the beach side. So if any of y'all are down there and see that, please let us know, and we'll be happy to address people messing with sea turtle nests. Also, now that we are in fall, bears. I know everyone's favorite subject, black bears. I know a lot of people have been talking about the bear hunt that was approved at the commission meeting, but bears are going to be more active this time of year in the fall. They're going to be more curious, trying to go out and get food. So if you do have bears in your area, please try to do everything you can to limit the any things that would attract them. That's going to be securing your garbage. If you do, if you have outdoor pets or anything and you leave food out a lot, try to limit that, because bears are going to be more active this time of year. Now, one thing that, with bears being more active, what you're also going to see is more bears crossing roads. Since they're going to be moving around a lot and more active. So especially dawn and dusk, if you're going to be traveling on any rural highways, anything like that, watch out for bears, because you hit a couple 100-pound bear with your car, it will really mess up your car. Yeah. We don't want to see you get injured. So just be aware of that. I always try to mention that. People think bears and they think, try to limit food attracting and stuff. But when they're more active, you are going to see them crossing roadways more. So if you are driving anywhere rural, especially dawn and dusk, just keep an extra eye out for that. Maybe slow it down a little bit, just because there are going to be more road crossings of black bears, and we see it a lot. We see them get hit by cars a lot, and we want to limit that as much as we can for public safety as well as safety for the bears.
It used to be really dominant in the Apalachicola National Forest, those roads going through there, between Carabel and Theologian and Hosford, but now any of our roads can have a bear on them.
Yeah, I mean, we have bears. I responded to one on Tyndall Parkway not too long ago, and not towards the base. I mean, I'm talking up by where the Walmart is and all that stuff. We're starting to see them pop up in some of these neighborhoods here in Panama City Beach. So they are more active. They are moving around. If you do have a nuisance bear, please call us, especially if they're getting real curious, like trying to get into houses and things like that. We did have a bear incident where a bear actually broke into someone's window. It wasn't being aggressive, it was just being a curious bear and smelled something. But please, if you do have a nuisance bear, please call us. We can get our bear biologist to come trap it and relocate it. We do have those capabilities. So please let us know if there is a nuisance bear in your area, because we can come address that, try to nip it in the bud before it becomes a major problem. And, we want to limit bear-human conflicts and interactions that could be avoided. I know bears can kind of be a hot topic and lots of people have different opinions on them, but please, if you see a nuisance bear, please call us and we can come help.
Yeah, I certainly don't want anybody to get hurt with that.
No, absolutely not. And with that, we have a couple more minutes. I'll touch on hurricane season, because it's always a good time. I know we're all excited we're getting everything ready for the hunting season. We're getting our leases ready and all that kind of stuff and getting amped for that. But don't put hurricane season on the back burner. These hurricanes, they can pop up out of nowhere. So please make sure that you are preparing for that as well. Get batteries, get water, be a good neighbor. Don't hoard things. We all need to help each other out. This weekend I'll be at an event over in Freeport. That's a Build a Bucket event for disaster preparedness. So if you're going to be in that area, come say hi, get some disaster supplies, because you don't want to be caught, not prepared for a hurricane. This area, we all know how bad a bad storm can really affect the community. And now as things are starting to rebuild, we want to be prepared if something bad does happen again. So please make sure, especially with boats, if you have boats that are not dry docked, make sure you tie them up appropriately. Make sure the lines can rise and fall with the water levels. Even not during hurricane season, that's just a good practice with the tides, because you don't want, don't tie your lines too tight if you don't have a floating dock. We see that quite a bit, which we're probably gonna be putting out some informational videos and stuff soon on our website about preparing your vessels for hurricane season, so keep an eye out for that. But just make sure that you are prepared. I know I mentioned it last time I was on here, but I don't want to sound like a broken record, but hurricane preparedness is very important, and it can hit us at any time. I mean, we all remember Michael. So.
Yeah, Chris, I'm glad you brought that up. And a lot of us, especially the folks from grew up here and all that, we sort of take it for granted getting ready for it, but we really don't get ready for it as we should. I'm guilty of it myself, and I'm glad you brought that up. The boats and everything in the yard, and if you live on the water like I do, you have your sandbags, you have some extra sandbags, all these little things. We need to have them ahead of time, not 2 or 3 days when it may be hitting and calling each other up.
Yeah, I mean,
that's a good point.
For everything, now's a good time. If you notice tree branches or anything that need to be trimmed, don't wait till the last minute, because everyone's probably going to be thinking the same thing you are. And if there's a storm coming and you need stuff trimmed, you're probably going to be way down on the list of customers that have already called in. So make sure you do everything now, so when the time comes, you're not scrambling.
This is interesting, and you think it's always going to come off the water, and most of the time it will. The storm is coming off the Gulf, so you're preparing all that. And like when Opal hit, it was exactly what happened. But when Michael hit, where'd he come from? The backside, the north side. So cover both sides of your houses, because most of us got hit from the backside. We're not prepared for those trees next door to us falling on the house. So be aware of that. Good point.
Wind can come from every direction, not just from the water. So
exactly
do a 360 of your house, of your vessels, of anything you have out in the yard, because we all know how bad a hurricane can be. And like you said, we don't really prepare. We can kind of become complacent. And, you know, as Floridians, I'm sure we take a lot of pride in hurricane season and that we're strong. And, you know, these Northerners don't know what it's like to deal with storms, and we can ride them out. But weather can humble you very quickly.
Good point.
Yeah.
Good point. Let's take our final break. Come back with our case of the month. All right.
Come see our new collection of lift chairs here at the Sleep Center. We have everything from basic chairs to fancy chairs with heat, massage, stay clean fabric, even extra large comfort chairs that lift up to 500 pounds.
Sleep Center, where it's bedtime all day long.
Kramer Marine and Outdoor is your trusted source for all your outboard boat and motor needs. We carry Skeeter Bay boats, all-wheeled aluminum boats, and have the largest selection of outboard motors, parts, and accessories in the area. And our master-certified, factory-trained technicians are ready to take care of you. So shop us online at KramerMarineandOutdoor.com or visit us at the corner of Frankfurt and 23rd next to Bill Kramer GM. We're here to keep you out on the water.
Because I love to run and spend time on my boat, I've spent a lifetime in the sun. Over the years, I've sought the advice of many dermatologists. None were as thoughtful and caring as Dr. Sinceri and his staff at Sun Dermatology. I highly recommend Dr. Sinceri and his staff to anyone seeking care above and beyond.
Sun Dermatology, now accepting new patients.
Real-time Fisher's Seafood Restaurant and Market on Highway 22. Fresh, delicious seafood cooked daily. Shrimp boil, oyster bar, steam bar, and now featuring fresh barbecue smoked on-site chicken, pulled pork, and we'll cater large groups. Check out the Seafood Market with a great selection of some of the freshest seafood around. Friendly service, great food at a reasonable price. Real-time Fisher's Seafood Restaurant and Market.
The new Temperactive Breeze delivers a warming bed for you and cooling comfort for your partner. So say goodbye to thermostat fights and hello to better sleep with personalized climate control. Only available at the Sleep Center.
Okay, welcome back. Let's take a quick look at our fishing game time today. Brought to us by Blue Water Outriggers in Port St. Joe, 2:36 to 4:36 this morning, but after lunch, middle afternoon, 3:04 to 5:04. So here we go. So what else has been going on?
Well, like, you know, with the holiday weekend, I just wanted to thank everyone for being safe. No boating accidents, but we did have some fishing violations. We have been seeing a lot of fishing violations coming in, so brought some photos to show you.
Imagine that, fishing violations on the Labor Day weekend. All right.
So this first photo is we conducted a resource inspection on a vessel that was coming in from offshore. As you can see, there was, what is that, a total of 6 short vermilion snapper or beeliners and a short triggerfish, which we've been seeing a lot of short triggerfish coming in. You know, make sure that if you're out there fishing, utilize everything you can, like the Fish Rules app, because triggerfish, I don't know if it's because of their fork length, if that's why you know, people are bringing in short triggers, but they are fork length, 15 inches, not total length, and you know those. Yeah. You know, the ends of the tails can add a couple inches, so make sure that you.
And that's what's going on. They're adding the end of the tail right there.
Yep.
But it goes right there to the fork.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
So, you know, and this was actually a charter captain. So.
No way.
It was.
He better.
So, you know, short fish. It's not a good day.
Those fish are 9 inches.
Mm-hmm.
Goodness gracious. Wow.
Yeah, which beeliners, I mean, they're a dime a dozen. You find a short one, throw it back, and you'll catch one that's at least 10.
I know.
Mm-hmm.
Doggone it.
And then the next photo we have is another fish case. That's Officer Agoff, one of our new officers in the area. So if you see her, introduce yourself. She's very friendly. And again, another short trigger and 2 short red snappers. So we've been seeing some monster snappers coming in, but we've also seen some short ones, unfortunately. And I think, you know, with the way our season is, and especially coming to an end this weekend, don't get desperate. Don't think, oh, because it's the last day and it's going to close, I have to keep red snapper. If they're short, throw them back. You can catch them the following weekend. It's going to open back up on weekends. But, you know, it's sometimes towards the end of seasons, we start to see, I think people kind of get, you know, they get that fear of missing out and get a little desperate, but it's not worth it. Trust me.
Okay. All right. What about a little man's best friend right here?
Yeah. So next photo, I figured y'all would enjoy that. So that's K9 Officer River that went on water patrol with us. So she'll hop on the boat with us and go ride around. She'll check boats out there on the water. You know, I
got a badge on there.
Yep. So our canines are fully sworn in officers. So you know, you treat them just like the rest of us, but they might be, you know, friendlier than the average officer. But
they won't write you a ticket.
No, they'll help us. But
okay.
And then the next photo, you know, here in Bay County, we have lots of dolphins around. Those are some dolphins that came right up to the patrol boat. So I snapped a photo. So I just thought it'd be a cool photo to show y'all. But it does bring up the good point that our marine mammals and dolphins, you cannot feed them, don't touch them, don't mess with them, don't do anything that'll alter their natural course of, you know, whatever they are doing, because it is a violation. And unfortunately, we see a lot of these boats that will be feeding dolphins, and a lot of it is, you know, people, you know, they're down here on vacation, they want to have a cool memory, dolphins swim up, they throw them something, and then, you know, it's a good photo op, right? But it is a violation. It's very important that you do not feed or touch or do anything that will disrupt any marine mammals, dolphins, manatees, anything like that. We get calls at the beach where manatees will come in, especially with warmer water, and people swim out and touch them and things. Yeah. Please do not do that. It is a violation. It's against the law, and you know, we don't want these animals. They are wild, and human interaction and things can change their behavior. We see it with bears, right? Eating or people feeding different kinds of wildlife. You know, we don't want them to be not scared, not necessarily scared, but you know, we don't want nuisance animals that aren't afraid to interact with humans, because that's when we get more bear calls or nuisance alligators or anything like that. And we want to protect our marine mammals.
Okay,
out
this last picture here, this is cool.
Yeah, so that is Officer Hellett. He's part of our dive team, so he's got his dry suit on there, and in his hand you see a metal detector. So one thing that our dive team does is we'll assist other agencies, so that's Lake Martin, and the sheriff's office requested our assistance for of someone had committed a crime and threw a firearm into the water.
Okay.
They had footage of it, so our dive team got requested for assistance to come out there and help try to locate that firearm. So our dive team is very dynamic and has lots of different rules. It's not just fish and wildlife related crimes that they'll investigate. I mean, our dive team will do boating accident investigations and things like this too. So, you know, our dive team has lots of capabilities, and I just thought it was pretty cool. And we did assist them with successfully finding that firearm to help prosecute that individual. So it all ended up being very successful. But our dive team is very cool. They have trainings. They can do all kinds of stuff. So just wanted to show off our dive team.
The good guys won again. I love that. All right, we got to wrap it up. Tomorrow's show, I have that FWC speckled trout meeting Tuesday. I'm going to go over all the stuff I learned. It'll be on tomorrow's show. Plus, we'll give away some seafood and fried mullet plate and all kinds of good stuff. But Chris, thank you, buddy. Good information there. Good information, and best wishes on your marriage, and we'll on your wedding and all. And
I appreciate it.
And we'll see you next time. Do something good for someone else today. Have a great day. Enjoy the outdoors, and let's take care of it. And God bless.
Thanks for watching America's only daily outdoor TV show, Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester, featuring hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.